It is. It's a game changer for my mom. Like for the person that's in there, it's a game changer for families.
Hi, I'm Agnes Stowicki, Managing Editor with Comfort Life. We're speaking with insiders from Canada's leading retirement communities and care providers to uncover insights to community lifestyle, care, culture, and leadership. This includes insights from residents, family members, and administration. This is the Comfort Life Insider Perspective.
I appreciate most just the people that work there. Like, I have not come across one person in almost the 4 years that I've ever had a problem with, that I've ever questioned them dealing with my mom. They're so kind, right from the top administrator to the cleaning people. Like, they're just so, like, when I'm with my mom now, like, they're like, hey Wilma, like, there's never, even when I was in Florida a lot of the winter, and I had to come home, and my daughter is the other essential caregiver, and they were just so upset because my mom really went downhill, but now she's back she bounced back, but she went downhill really bad. And like everybody was concerned about her, like the cleaning people, because like she's been there from day one, right?
Yeah.
So they're just like, I know when I'm not around, like if I went to the cottage this weekend, I know, and now all the activities are starting again, I know that she's engaged, that people are looking after her. And that's what I appreciate, just that they look after her as good as me, or if not better. Okay, my mom, she pays everything herself. I don't help her, but she pays what she can afford. Like my mom's in a studio, so she doesn't have her own bedroom. But I like the way that there is a choice, because my mom doesn't have a lot of money saved up, but she has a very good pension because she had a very good job. And I just appreciate that there is a choice. I just find that, especially since they did put the addition on Douglas Crossing, there's just so many different things. Like for instance, I had a 90th birthday party just before COVID hit. My mom was 90 in February before COVID hit, in 2019. Wow. And I had a 90th birthday party, and we used the bistro. I had a piano player hired. We had it catered, like just like finger foods. I had it from the Pickle Barrel. I had all my family and close friends of my mom. And I just loved how they were able to let me do that without being confined in a little room with the door shut. And I included anyone that wanted to come. Like, that's one thing I did do. I said to all residents that wanted to come, they were welcome to come. And some people gave it, didn't even know my mom. but I just appreciated, like, even my son, he's like 30-ish. He's like, that's pretty cool here, Mom. Like, this is good, but like, it's not what I pictured. Like, he's seen his great grandma in a nursing home. He goes, this is good for Nana. Like Michael thought it was really, really, like, he hadn't seen it because Michael lives in the States. So he came back and he hadn't seen my mom's place like my girls do. And he just was very impressed. And then, of course, my mom took him on a tour, and he could get over the different, like a billiard room for the guys, they have guys' nights, they have ladies' nights, so they come in their pajamas and have pizza and watch a movie. There is Veronica Dobson, and she is on the 3rd floor. She's in charge. I don't know what her official name is. It's like life enrichment. But Veronica Dobson is like, she engages my mom. Like, for instance, it was Canada Day. They made Canada shirts, made sure my mom, like when I came in that morning, I wanted to check to make sure that she was dressed properly in that. And she had her looking so nice, like just made sure that she was, not looking different. Like she had a red on. I don't know, they just little things, always making sure my mom, if I'm not around, that she's outside enjoying. But Danielle, if I need her, I know I can text her, and she's a wonderful person too, Danielle Hawkins. Like those two people. And there's a new girl, Caitlin Millage. She's an assistant to maybe Veronica. I'm not really sure her role, but she's someone new that I've the past few months, and she's wonderful too. Even the girls on the front desk, like there's Dorothy and Barb on the front, Dorothy Case and Barb Taylor on the front desk. And those two, they keep me in check if I'm not around. They'll phone me and tell me what's going on. So they're only the receptionists, and they're still involved in my mom's life, When my mom was on the 6th floor, my mom, and before COVID, she really participated in like the outings. Like my mom went to the Royal Alexander Theatre. She went, like, there was like, the Lavender Farm. Anything that they went out, my mother did. Like she would, And I just appreciated how, like, I used to rush over. I only lived 10 minutes from Douglas Crossing to make sure she was all set up. But then I realized I don't need to do that because they do that. So like they made something that I would have been really maybe nervous to take my mom. I wouldn't have taken her to the Royal Alexandra Theater, to be honest with you. Like I didn't think she'd get anything out of it. Or Niagara Falls, she went to, she did a lot. Yeah. And I just appreciated, they take so many pictures, they send me the pictures. So I saw my mom and I never asked them to do that. I just appreciated how they knew that I would really want to see what she did and not just having to ask them. They told me before I ever asked them. Things they were interested, they would encourage her to go. Even when she was starting to get the dementia bad, when she lost her confidence, they would convince her, and you'd see someone holding their hand, like. Actually, with her dementia, I think, well, first of all, when she first got there and she was just, I think, well, that was 4 years ago. So my mother was 89 when she moved there, like, or almost 89. I honestly think then she lived in an apartment in Uxbridge. So my dad passed away and she moved to Uxbridge because she lived in Burlington. And I just noticed her getting a little bit mixed up in her apartment, and she was kind of lonely there, even though I saw her all the time. And when she moved there was a schedule. She put that calendar on her table, and I used to see her checking stuff off and putting in crosses of things she didn't want to do. And I just found that she got more social again because she became friends with people. There was this cute little lady, and they would hold hands to go. She had to kind of hold, Madeline was worse than my mom, and she would hold Madeline's hand, and she would say, "Come on, Madeline, let's go to bingo. Come on, Madeline, let's go to the movies." But it made my mom have a purpose. Yeah. And it made her social again. She had friends again, but it made her more outgoing again. And it made her, like, she'd say, "Oh, it's a red day today, and I need something red. Do you have anything red?" I don't, so I'd bring her something red from my closet. She just was like excited about things again. So then it got really bad in January. So that's when I moved her to the third floor because we had an opportunity. And I was really scared too. My daughter was the one. Like, I remember saying, "I don't want to move her there." Like, I couldn't accept that my mom needed it. Like, she needed to do this, but I needed somebody else to help me. And if I lost the chance of that room, who knows when I would get another chance. She just feels confident, and she knows other people are like her too. So she's still engaged, but she's engaged in a different way. Well, to give you an example, my husband, I'm so blessed I have such a great husband, because he said, when we moved, I said, "My mom, I don't know if she can afford the third floor." And he goes, "Listen, Ann," he goes, "I notice a difference in you." He's saying to me, "You are more relaxed. You, like, I can go to the cottage without like phoning home 5 zillion times. Like, and he goes, you have to have a life." Like, I had kids very young. I'm 56 now, and my kids are 31, 32, and going to be 34. So my kids are, well, I'm a grandma with 4 kids. So I haven't had kids at home for a long time. But he goes, "It's like you have a kid again, and you're just not, you're so like uptight, and you don't want to do things sometimes." And he goes, "You have to live too." And he goes, "Now that your mom has been in here," he goes, "I just can't get over the difference in you." He goes, "You're back to being like really spontaneous, and you're enjoying yourself more again." Because I'm a worrywart. And I know now, like, I still am very involved in my mom's life. It's not like I put her there and I just don't go see her. I see her nearly every day if I'm home. Yeah. But so he notices that in me. So that's a really good thing too. Because my kids would say, "Mom, like, you're so, like, you don't want to go to the cottage with us because you just think you should be home for Nana." And so now we're back to, it's for me too. I've already told them this. I said, it's a game changer. It is. It's a game changer for my mom. Like, for the person that's in there, it's a game changer for families. And that's my main thing. It's a game changer for, like, my mom she was getting lonely. Like, she lived in the Testa, we call it Testa apartment buildings in Uxbridge. You rent there. It's a lovely apartment. But she was in her room a lot, in her apartment a lot, because, they had a few things, like there's coffee day Wednesday mornings. It wasn't a retirement building, but it was a lot of older retired people. But then when my mom got to the point where she had some issues, like, it wasn't up to the people that lived there to look after her. Then one day I said, "Mom, there's a beautiful building being, built, and it's not a nursing home." And I took her to the actual, when it was getting built, and those, Stacy there, and there was, Lindsay wasn't there then, but Stacy Celery was there, and Barb was there because she was going to be the receptionist, and somebody else at that point, I forget who, maybe Shannon. Anyways, they were just like, they took over. I didn't speak even. And they just showed my mom the different rooms, and she just made her mind up. I didn't have to force her.
Yeah.
And I think she just knew, and those girls made her feel so comfortable. And then when it opened, we went to see the place. And I said to my mom, we're getting rid of all of your furniture, and we are getting you a new bed, a new couch, and she's like, really? So she had fun shopping, and I made her room really nice. And my mom's very neat and tidy. She doesn't like clutter. So they actually use her room sometimes as a, to show people.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's what I liked, that they just made her so comfortable. So the day we moved her, it wasn't bad. And she was on the welcome committee, the first couple of years. Like there was like a meeting every month for the welcome committee. She had her little badge, welcome committee, Wilma. They had like like an office in a mall that you went in to see. And I went and talked to them a couple times by myself. Then I talked to my mom slowly, and then I brought her in, and then that went from there. And she realized, and then when she saw the place, I said, I already put the deposit in, so I had a room. But I go, it's your decision. And if you decide not, we are not doing it. And kind of, I would say that was 75% true. I was going to try my damnedest to convince her. But I did want it to be her decision. But she says, okay, Anne, I'm gonna do it. You're right. And blah, blah, blah. After she saw the suites and how nice they were, and the people that took you on the tour, they helped you convince them too, by being so nice and being so, they were honest. They weren't sugarcoating it, but they were really, laying it on thick how nice it could be. And it was right.
While you were touring and considering options, what was it that really stood out to you about Douglas Crossing?
I just think it felt like home to me. Like my mom didn't feel like, even like I said, my son again, because he only comes home like 3 times a year. He's like, this is a nice place, Mom. Like this doesn't feel like, he used to go to see my dad in a nursing home, which was a lovely nursing home in Burlington. It was quite a new one. But he goes, this is not like Grandpa's nursing home. This is nice. Like, I call it upscale. I think it's upscale.
Knowing what you know now, what would you tell yourself in the beginning of this process?
That I didn't have to worry like I worried. Like I was like very emotional, like even when I think about it, I get weird because I just put my mom somewhere. Like that's so mean. I'm putting her somewhere. And another thing too is all my kids would move out, and I have a pretty big house, and I'm like, how mean am I? Like I have all these empty rooms, and I'm putting my mom somewhere. And I talked to her, and she's still lucid enough to this day. She's like, I don't want to live with you either, man. She's like, I don't want to live with you. It's not healthy to live with your kids. And I'm like, really, Mom? She's like, no. And she's, I want to be independent with myself. That's what I would tell myself. Don't worry about anything. Like she's had a way better life being there. So like she is more content just being there. That's her home now. Being at my house isn't her home anymore. Like I wanted her here at Christmas. She doesn't want to be here. Like I was so worried about COVID because I couldn't take her out. But I went there by myself because no one else could go. And we FaceTimed all my different kids, and they all said happy Merry Christmas to her. They sent little presents. She didn't care that she didn't come home.
Yeah.
I made sure she had a nice outfit. I said, let's pick an outfit for dinner tonight, Mom. And, then I phoned her. She had a nice Christmas dinner. She goes, I had a lovely dinner, dear.
Yeah.
That's like, I had to accept that that's her life. And like I brought her home a week ago. And one of my daughters had a baby, so she got to see the baby. And after we were here 2 hours, she's like, I think I should go back. I think if you've downsized already, like my dad, when he passed away, he had to go to a nursing home, and he was 5 years older than my mom. So my dad died like 12 years ago, 13 years ago. So she lived in Burlington, and we downsized then. And after a year, I said, I really want you to move closer to me. So she said, okay. So we downsized then to this apartment, but it was a 2-bedroom apartment. So sometimes my girls would sleep over when they were in university for something to do. And once in a while, she had company and they sleep over. So we downsized to that. And then I think, so that was the big downsize. And then she got used to that. Then after I think it was like 11 years or 10 years, we moved her to Douglas Crossing, to independent still. So she still was free to come and go. She didn't drive anymore, but come and go as she pleased. But I honestly think with like going into something like that, it's like a slow process. And I was lucky we did it that way. The big move was done 10 years ago, and my dad passed away. She got used to being by herself.
Yeah.
So I think a slow transition is better than the. Yes, I actually think it's great. They give you an hour, but I think they give you more than an hour. But I'm very lucky. We have a trucking company. So like that's our business. So we have the means. So like my husband, we didn't use one of his big transport trucks, but we used like a big, huge utility trailer. And my mom it's just a studio. So we put everything in there. They let you go in the back door. They give you one elevator that's only for you. Like no other people, residents can be there. They give you trolleys. They're just very accommodating. And we did it in the hour. Like my husband and I did it ourselves. And then I think maybe my son-in-law helped me. And then after that, then I just stayed with my mom for the day, and we did it, but they kept coming in, are you okay? Well, and then they take my mom out. We're gonna take your mom now for lunch, and you just keep organizing her room. They checked on her often. And then we moved again 3 years later. And that was when COVID was huge and only essential caregivers were allowed in, which were me and my daughter, but only at separate times. But that time they let me bring whoever in, like 3 people. But I brought one of my son-in-laws and my daughter, who was my essential caregiver, and we did it ourselves because we didn't have any other furniture, and they gave us trolleys. My husband stayed in Florida. I came home, so he wasn't around, but it was easy to do. And again,
differently.
no, and it sounds like I'm just being like, yay, Douglas Crossing, but I am being yay, Douglas Crossing. Because I said to Wayne, what am I going to say? Like, I go, there's not a negative thing. Like, I can't say that anyone's been grumpy. Like, I try my hardest not to bother them if they don't need to be bothered. Like my husband, like once I was going to call Bruce, but then one day I saw how busy he is. Like he's a maintenance guy. So I said, Wayne, just come in with me when he was allowed to. And can you put these shelves up for me? He was like, of course I can. Like, but like, I know if I would have asked Bruce, he would have done it, no problem. Because he has done stuff for me. But everyone's just so accommodating. And Douglas Crossing, I can't say one bad thing. Like I said, from the higher ups in administration.
For more information about this community, you can visit their profile at comfortlife.ca.